Horticular is a wonderful little garden building game that releases in just a few days on July 11th. Its publisher, Slug Disco, which is a fantastic name by the way, has so kindly provided me with an early copy so that I could share with you my thoughts on the game. It's sort of Roller Coaster Tycoon meets Viva Pinata, and overall I've been having a lovely time digging, planting, building habitats, and greeting all the tiny critters that have stopped by my garden. There's so much to look at. Grass sways in the breeze, there are different types of weather, times of day, and the sound effects and music are perfectly charming. Things start off very simple. One small plot of land, barren aside from a small building and a little bit of grass. You've been summoned into this world by a council of magical gnomes who need your help to restore their home. Throughout the course of the game, they write you letters to let you know how great of a job you're doing, sometimes offering advice or giving you a new task, and you can even employ them to help care for your garden and the creatures living in it. Well, I guess they're more like volunteers since you don't pay them, but they seem more than happy to offer you their services. As you lay down different surface types and fill the landscape with new species of plants, you'll notice some animals start showing up. Learn enough about them and you can figure out exactly what type of habitat they call home. By attracting more critters and expanding your garden, you'll earn more gold, unlock more plants, and you get the picture, the cycle continues. Keep growing and discovering to move through the relatively simple story, which does have a few quirky surprises. One of the things I like most about Horticular is that no matter what you do, everything looks so cute and vibrant and full of life. Even if you don't have the prettiest garden, if you don't carefully plan out each area and habitat, and go for a more random placement of items, you still end up with something pretty special in my opinion. All of the plants and items just look so good next to each other, no matter what order you put them in, especially when you start building out different biomes and get a better feel for the game. It takes a little while before you start earning enough money to really go wild, but once you do, the possibilities are wide open. After I finish this review, I think I'm going to start a new save in creative mode to really play around with everything the game has to offer. Maybe create my own magical zoo with different exhibits for each animal. I'd suggest that when starting out, you go with story mode first. This is because you'll get a bunch of different quests that help you learn about the game's different systems and how they interact with each other. There is actually one gripe that I have with the game: the corruption system. Occasionally, at nighttime, your garden will be invaded by little creatures that are sent over by your nemesis. Even at the game's easiest setting, this happens a bit too frequently for my tastes. I get that it's supposed to add some sort of friction to the experience, but after the first few times, it does get rather annoying. Thankfully, your little gnomes can help you fend off these invaders once you spend enough points upgrading them and their spell casting abilities. Also, at one point, all of my animals started to eat poisonous things, and I couldn't figure out what they were eating, but they kept getting sick. Again, your gnomes can help out with this by casting magical cures. It took me 7 hours to reach the ending of Horticular, but I am by no means done with the game. I only have about half of the achievements unlocked, and I haven't even discovered all the animals yet. There's definitely a lot to love here, and I'm so excited for all of you to finally get to play the full game for yourselves and go wild building all sorts of habitats and ecosystems. If you can't wait, there's a free demo up on Steam for you to try out right now. Horticular really does feel like a diorama brought to life, and it's definitely a game I'll be coming back to throughout the rest of the year, and maybe even beyond that. There's a section in the game menu for community-made mods, which will be a great way to spice up the game with new items and game modes. But for now, I'm gonna go work on getting together a beginner's guide with a few tips and tricks I discovered to help you avoid getting stuck and answer any questions you may have. Hopefully it'll be up when the game launches on the 11th, if not a day or two after. So keep an eye out for that, and happy gardening, everyone.